Good morning, it's Melissa, Mother Lover for Life 100%, coming to you from my apartment doing the Sacred Path cards again today. Today I've selected the Peace Tree spread. It's a 5-card spread that's going to help me focus on finding inner peace today if I send my roots deep enough into the Earth Mother and can regain that peace and tap into the buried talents that Great Mystery and Great Spirit have given me. And I hope all of you are focusing on something positive this morning, and maybe this can help you get headed in that direction too. It seems to help for me. I've already shuffled my cards and started recording, and then I realized I forgot to delete my stuff from yesterday, and my storage was full. So please forgive me. I've already shuffled and I've got the cards spread out, and we'll try this again. So anyway, the Peace tree spread should be used if you're feeling at odds with your environment or aspects of self. The peace tree is the white pine, which symbolizes the end of strife and the union of the original 5 nations of the Iroquois Peace Confederacy. We have the Wolf Clan hold peace as our guiding light. In understanding the role of peace in the fifth world on which we are now embarking, we must first seek inner peace. The serenity that comes from a clean conscience, a humble heart, a smiling face, a twinkling eye, a gentle touch, and a positive outlook is the goal. In the modern world where the serene forests are not always available, confusion, worry, hurry, and noise take their toll. The peace tree lives in the hearts of the minds of those who seek the silent places of the spirit. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to seek the silent places of my spirit so that I can tap in to Great Mystery's spirit, and that way I can listen to my sacred heart and get clear messages from and divine guidance on my sacred path, so I can walk the red road in peace, happiness, joy, and love, seeking my inner beauty and the beauty of others. So I don't know if I said thank you for tuning into my channel, but thank you for tuning into my channel. The first card is the Buried Talent card. Sorry, the lighting is going weird. Is the Buried Talent card, and it represents the gift or ability that I might not be acknowledging because maybe I haven't sent my roots deep enough into the Earth Mother. So this talent will directly apply to your seeking of inner peace. So if I connect to Earth Mother today and look for the signs while I'm grounding myself in Earth Mother, then I'm able to seek the peace that I'm looking for, because I've been able to be still, be quiet, and enjoy Mother Nature and tap into those buried talents and abilities that were given to me naturally. And they're not anything that has to be forced. So, and I have to be in inner peace in order to receive those gifts. Otherwise, my mind is too cloudy, and, I'm going too fast, and I can't hear, see, or know where Great Mystery is wanting me to go. So, I already prayed over these cards and asked the angels and ascended masters to help guide this reading and help me speak from my sacred heart based on my own life experiences and sacred journey. So we're going to select 5 cards. So, oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first card I drew is Illumination and Clarity, number 8, East Shield, which is Eagle. So there we go, Illumination and Clarity. So this is my buried talent. I do have Illumination and Clarity. When I am, this talent will directly apply to your seeking of inner peace. So when I have inner peace, I am able to see illumination and be clear and focus on my path. If I don't have a clear mind, body, or spirit, then everything can be kind of muddled. The shield of the east, illuminate my path so I may fly with eagle to the home of grandfather sun's first light. The ancient medicine man, Yellow Three Fingers, parlayed his way into the morning silence and sat before me, carefully removing his red bandana headband. He looked deeply into my eyes. A faint smile, barely perceivable, moved across his weather-worn face. He touched my mind. His words fell like prayer lances in fertile earth of my memory. I've come to teach you East Shield, he said. In our Seneca tradition, the East is the home of the Golden Door. This door leads to all other levels of imagination and awareness. To pass through the Golden Door is to see beyond the mundane and touch Father Sky. Riding on eagle's back to the freedom of true knowing often occurs when one's journeys through the Golden Door. On the other side of the Golden Door, there is no illumination, no hesitation, or no limitation, no limitation, no hesitation, and no fear. Fear cannot exist in the presence of the golden love of Grandfather Sun. Truth abides with us when we challenge our limitations and move through any set of negative thoughts into the expansiveness of lofty ideals, allowing ourselves to see the golden light of understanding. The heart that is free to soar to the heights above Sacred Mountain and view all of creation is one that knows the lessons of the East Shield. The East Shield card represents a need for clarity in some part of your life. It may mark a time of illumination when suddenly things begin to fit together and make sense to you. And I do feel that I'm there. If you've been confused, now is the time to ask for order in your life. Order can be restored through making lists of things to do, cleaning up your living space, or finishing old projects. When order is restored, you are then more receptive and can find the clarity you need. The illumination of the East can also be asking you to assist another in finding clarity. Sharing your ideas may bring illumination as others give you feedback. It may also be a time to heal old wounds or negative thoughts so that there is room for clarity to enter your life. Be creative and daring in order to stretch your concept of who you really are and venture into new realms of understanding. In all cases, the East Shield marks a time of new freedoms that come from wiping the mud from your eyes and seeing with the eye of eagle. Observe which thoughts keep you in blinders and clear that blindness through summoning your courage and taking flight. So that's what I'm doing this morning. I'm clearing away the mud, calling up the courage to take flight. I do feel pretty peaceful inside. I know that I'm going through a healing, and that's not always easy because sometimes you feel really alone, but that's the best place to be sometimes, is alone when you're going through your inner work and healing. And I know that although sometimes it's hard for me to face those things that are going on inside of me, but it takes a lot of courage to do that, and you can only reveal those things when you're alone and you don't have the distractions. So, that's why I'm living alone and remaining single at this time, because I know that in order to have illumination and clarity, I have to seek the inner peace within myself. I'm not going to gain that from looking outwards and trying to get that from others. So that's a personal thing that I'm doing right now, in order to, have the courage to take flight. And no longer be blind to the things that are going on around me, or within me. So I'm grateful for that lesson today, and to know that, and to know my inner self, and to know what I need in order to continue growing on this path. The second card is the Root card, which represents the strength to be gained. This card gives you the tool needed to earth your confusion and replace it with substance or strength. When looking at this lesson presented by this card, you may wish to imagine this card as the root of your new understanding. So, innocence, child, South Shield. So I am healing my inner child. And my inner child was wounded. I dealt with childhood molestation and abuse, and I have kind of carried that over into my adult life, and I no longer want to continue to repeat those cycles, because then I am pretty much guaranteeing that I'm abusing myself and agreeing to something that I no longer want to agree with. So that kills the innocence and inner child within me when I put myself in relationships that are abusive, or people that talk down to me. Then that sets my tape that I have in it triggers my inner child to be wounded and get defensive and react out in harmful ways, by destroying myself and then ultimately destroying others. And then I become the abuser, and I no longer want that in my life, because I'm not happy when I behave that way, or when I feel like that, or I feel that I can't allow my innocence and inner child to come forth because I'm not in a safe position around safe people. So I'm trying to make better choices today and know that I'm imagining South Shield and innocence and inner child as my new understanding, because the child within me knows the truth, and that's the purest form of me. It hasn't been jaded by the, situations, problems that, or lessons that I have put in my path in order to find out who I am today. And then I can overcome those lessons, with grace and dignity, because I learned something from them and I no longer have to repeat them. Red, excuse me, Red Earth South Shield, child filled with wonder, teach me to yield. Laughter is your giveaway. In innocence and joy, tricking me into the place of little girls and boys. South Shield is the shield of the child within, as well as the place where physical life begins. Red, the color of faith, is the color of the South on the medicine wheel, or sacred hoop. From south to north, the good red road of our earth walk leads us to the experiences that give us understanding of living in harmony. Fears can destroy the sparkling synchronicity of our internal timing and lay waste to the perfection of our beautiful uniqueness. Great Mystery created all people in their own sacred spaces, with their own gifts, talents, and abilities. The child of the South Shield knows this and is more willing to allow others to share in the co-creation, using all talents to better the whole. Through knowing the child within, you will restore faith in life and capture the wonder of being alive. I thanked my 3 teachers. It was a good day to be alive, and a good day to laugh, and a good day to begin again. The South Shield card marks a time of returning to the childlike parts of self that need no support from the ego. Look at how you can be humble in the present situation. Balance work with play and sacredness with irreverence. In other words, you'll need to lighten up and drop the uptight parts of self before you can continue. This may be time to get some physical exercise to loosen up tight muscles, or to laugh to loosen up your sophisticated garbage. Stop holding on so tight and remember how to trust. How can you trust anything or anyone when the image in the mirror really isn't you? In all cases, the South Shield card insists that the child within is trying to teach you something about how to handle the situation. Listening and trusting the little tyke might restore some of the lost magic of life. Remember, playfulness heals a world of woes. The more serious you take the game, the less chance any of us have of winning. So, I don't really care about winning. There is no winning and losing. We all win and lose at certain times. And sometimes when we think we're winning, we're really losing. So that's just a power struggle, and then you realize, enjoy that power while it lasts, because it's short-lived, So I've had to learn that lesson the hard way as well, as many of you probably have too. So, I don't want that power today. I would rather give it to Great Mystery and know that Great Mystery knows what's better for me. So that's through illumination and clarity. I can seek the inner innocence and inner child. I am trying to heal my inner child right now. And that is the root of my understanding, because if I don't heal that inner child, then I'm going to continue being in abusive relationships with codependent people that treat me like shit. And I no longer want that in my life. So I've made the choices that I've made right now in order to protect and love myself and heal myself. And I feel that I'm making good choices in my life. And I'm proud of myself for that, because it's been a long time coming to love myself that much, to know that I'm okay right where I'm at, and whatever blessings are coming, and whatever's meant for me, won't be stopped. Great Mysteries got my back, and that's all I need to know today. And it's helping me heal my inner child. The third card is the trunk card, which signifies the lesson you need to apply to your physical body and your sense of self. To walk tall and in health and in balance, you should apply this lesson to your life. So returning home, the shawl. In order to walk tall and in health and in balance, I apply returning home. I'm remembering to take care of me. Because as a caretaker, it was always easy for me to care for everyone else and let myself go by the wayside. And I would take on the burdens of others, and they were not my burdens to carry. The Earth Mother welcomes her children home when they've lost their way. The trail was lonely and so long, she whispers for them to stay. Within the protection of the shawl, where love abides again, their hearts may open to recall all relations as their friends. So my heart is where my home is. Doesn't really matter where I'm at, as long as I stay in my sacred heart and in love and in peace. Then I don't have to feel a sense of loss if I have to move or if a relationship does not work out in my life, because I can return home to myself and to my sacred being, and know that that path or that person in my life just wasn't meant for me. Or it was only meant for a certain amount of time. And then when it serves its purpose, then I have to keep moving on. Be grateful for that experience and the people that helped me learn what I needed to so that I could continue on this path without completely giving up, losing hope, and caving in and losing faith and allowing my inner child to die. It is time to let go of the I and take the shawl that covers the eternal we. If the shawl has fallen over your shoulders, you're being invited to return home. If you have forgotten yourself recently, it is now time to remember your essence and potential. If you have walked a crooked trail by falsely judging others, it is now time to come home to the loving heart and see the value in all paths chosen lessons. You may be coming home to the magic that you once believed in, or to a new sense of well-being. That feels true for me. But in every case, you're returning to a temporarily forgotten state of being. In every life, there is a need to return home to simplicity and happiness. If you've forgotten how to find the simple truths that once supported your inner joy, it is time to return home. Wearing the shawl is coming home to the arms of the Earth Mother and being loved. The responsibility of taking the shawl is being loving to others who have forgotten the sacred path or the way home. So that was kind of hard for me sometimes to be responsible and take the shawl, and because it's a heavy burden sometimes, especially if you're not in balance, and remember that it's a sacred path and I don't have to take on the burdens of others, even though because then I'll lose my inner joy and lose traction, the grip that I have on the sacred path, because I'm too caught up in other people's stuff. So being loving to others is sometimes walking away from them and allowing them to learn on their own, doing what you can and speaking truth, even when they don't want to hear it, So, and I had to come home to a temporarily forgotten state of being. I lost my inner joy, inner peace, and, happiness and joy when I get caught up in the BS of others, that I'm just sliding down into the shitty pits of hell right with them. So each person who takes the shawl comes into alignment. We're being taught to acknowledge the beauty in each unique expression of creation, whether it be human or creature being, plant person, stone person, or your worst enemy. I learned probably the most from my worst enemy, and that my worst enemy was myself. So The shawl may be too heavy for some people to carry on their shoulders if it means that harmony must be lived daily without expectations. So when I don't have expectations, then other people cannot disappoint me, because normally when someone has an image of me and I can't live up to it, then they're pleasantly disappointed with the image that they thought that I was supposed to become or what I am. And the fact is, none of us are perfect. And when we have expectation of other people, then you know, we think they're supposed to be a certain way, and when they're not, then, we shame and guilt them for not being who we think that they should be. And really, who are we to say that someone else should be a certain way? And I had to turn that around on myself too. Not everybody wants to walk the path that I'm walking, and that's fine. That's okay. I can still be loving to them, even though they've forgotten the sacred path and the way home, because I've been there. I've walked on the crooked trail. I've lived in pain. I don't want to be there anymore. It's too painful. So my heart goes out to the people that are still suffering, because I've been there. And I would try to convince people to come over to this side, but ultimately they're going to make their own choices. So just as I have to get up every day and do this reading and do something positive in order to make proper, healthy choices in my life, everyone has free will. So it is a lot of responsibility to wear the shawl, but that's allowing myself to be loved by the Earth Mother, be loved by people who truly love me for who I am. They don't try to force me to become something I'm not. They allow me to be myself, and I try to allow them to be themselves. But ultimately, we're all learning. The fourth card, the branch card, tells us that what lesson is needed to reach the light of grandfather's son love and understanding. This card is also a clue in mental attitude. So, unity and wholeness achieved, the whirling rainbow. If your attitude is limiting the amount of joy you're experiencing, it will be evident to you. That is, if this card reflects something that you're not doing, it reveals the mental attitude that could use just an adjustment so that you may reach farther and touch the peace you seek. So if I don't have unity and wholeness achieved within me, then I'm just out spreading crappy mental attitudes to others because I don't have myself in check. And usually that's when I haven't meditated. I haven't went within and reflected on myself. And the thing is, I got to work on me, keep my eyes on my own paper, and I can make suggestions to others, that may not have received unity and wholeness within them. But if I don't have the proper mental attitude, then I just go out and spread, a shitty attitude in the world. I don't want to do that, because I don't like affecting people that way. I would rather affect people with peace and love and joy, but sometimes I'm not always there, not every day, or I have moments during the day where I don't feel peaceful and loving, and I feel angry and pissed off because things aren't going my way, because I'm human. So, an ancient sacred healing art performed by the medicine clans of those nations. So the whirling rainbow woman comes from all four directions. The outside of this sacred circle is protected by another whirling rainbow woman, bending her body in the space below, creating a cup shape to catch the rain and protect the circle. Without the rain, the three sisters would die, and the people would not be fed. The whirling rainbow is a promise of peace among all nations and all people. The rainbow race stresses equality and opposes the idea of a superior race that would control or conquer other races. If the whirling rainbow has appeared, you're being asked to remove any type of discord from your life in order to grow. Don't feed the negativity. Sometimes my mind wants to go back into resentment of some past things, and then I just have to remember that that's what it took in order to get me here, and bless those people and those experiences in my mind. Surround them with the swirling, whirling rainbow, and send them on their way, because they're no longer serving a purpose in my life. Look at any lesson being presented at this time, learn from them, then focus your attention on creating new beauty and abundance in your life. So you can't look back into the past and try to rebuild that or try to fix that. You have to be building in the now, because the now is your future. Do not allow yourself to be caught in the quicksand of petty tyrants. A true worthy opponent will present lessons to make you grow beyond any high drama and into a sense of unity with the self. Other petty tyrants are not worthy of your attention or your energy. You do not need to take on the issues of others when the discord is due to their lack of unity within themselves. Encircle any discord with a whirling rainbow of peace and consider the unity that you have with Great Mystery. When you keep your eye on the goal and your feet on the sacred path of beauty, remember that any challenges to unity are equal to your ability to overcome them. So I feel like I'm overcoming my challenges today, because I feel that I am in a place of illumination and clarity. I know that I'm healing my inner child and the faith that I had lost through some of the difficult life experiences that I placed in my path in order to help grow me and strengthen me to be what I am now. And I had to return home to who I truly am and be able to carry this shawl, and be loving towards others and help them, and give them suggestions on how I'm making it through. And that way I have unity, a wholeness achieved within myself, and I'm able to share that with others, you know. So that way, we are all seeking inner peace if that's what we wish to seek. The fifth card is the Father Sky card, which indicates the personal freedom that you can gain, knowing you may attain personal freedom whenever you find inner peace. You may also find the courage to lay aside judgments, conflicts, or doubts that keep you from the freedom of flight in Father Sky. The winds of change live in Father Sky and can also be your allies when letting go of old habits that create stagnation. So the negative thought patterns that I had, from, just being in abusive relationships and then abusing myself by putting myself back in those relationships. It caused me to doubt myself. And I had to challenge myself to lay the judgments down of the people that were abusing me, because the thing is, when they were abusing me, I would turn around and I could become just exactly the same way after I've been pushed to a certain level. So then I become the abuser. So that how the hell can I judge somebody when I have the same shit in me that I haven't healed yet? So that removes the conflict, because they're showing me a part of myself that I did not want to look at. So then when I release that conflict, then I don't doubt myself, and then I have freedom of flight within within Father Sky, and then I'm able to let go of those old habits that created stagnation in my life, because they're no longer serving a purpose in my life. They're no longer healthy. I'm aware of that. And I'm grateful for that gift today, because I don't want to suffer. And the only person that can make me suffer is me, by allowing myself to think that way and allowing myself to be treated that way. And so I have a choice today. Do I want to put myself in those situations, or do I want to make a different choice today? Well, today I'm making a different choice, and I'm grateful for that. So self-expression, it indicates the personal freedom I can gain, knowing you may attain personal freedom whenever you find inner peace. Well, I have inner peace today, and I don't have to paint my face in order to live up to somebody's image of me, or what they think I should be. Quite honestly, I judge myself even more harsh than anybody else could, and I'm pretty hard on myself. And so I don't need to be beat down by others, nor listen to their negative comments. I'm trying to empower myself and build myself up. And if someone cannot be empowering and uplifting in my life, then I don't need to hang out with them anymore. And this is my self-expression. This is my truth. I know that that's how I seek inner peace, is by being with uplifting people that are encouraging and kind and self-aware. So I am self-aware. This is my self-expression, because I painted my face for too long, trying to please others, and I will no longer do that, because I'm not living in peace or truth. I'm trying to live up to somebody else's image of me, which is not my truth. Painted face expresses the inside of me, not my nose or my eyes, the parts that others see. My feelings and my medicine are painted in design, colors of Great Mystery, who created me in kind. Excuse me. So, since Native American tradition places a great deal on emphasis on development of uniqueness and personal talents, it was of paramount importance that each person be allowed their right of personal expression. One way this was achieved was through the painted face. Every person carries a legacy of needed talents that will support the growth and expansion of a tribe. When the painted face is shown to the tribe's extended family during feasting or ceremony, those gifts are noted by the elders and can be called on in times of need. The painted face had no room for boasting because if one claimed a talent, it was communal property in a sense that could be used to benefit the whole. The painted face speaks of self-expression. It tells you to use your talents and your creativity in order to express your feelings, your talents, and your desires. Expressing who you are and what you are at any given moment is healing as well as productive. As you change and grow, you may feel the need to alter the way in which others perceive you. Changing your appearance, attitudes, and activities to match the new you may be called for at this time. The keynote is that this card is asking you to open up and allow others to see your medicine. So that's what I'm doing. In that way, you're offering a gift to others who may need and have need of your talents at this time. Don't deny how you feel, what you think, or what you can offer the world. In truth and with grace, it is now time to allow the medicine of yourself to emerge. So that's what I'm doing. It will never lose faith. You will never lose face by presenting the truth, your true self minus the self-importance. So I'm grateful that I know that I'm no more important than anybody else. We all have gifts and talents to share on this journey. This just happens to be my self-expression. And, and when I first started doing these videos, I was crying and I was going through some hell and shit. And, I cried on camera, and that was the honest to God truth about what I'm going through in my life. And I'm being guided by Great Mystery to do this because I don't want others to live in fear the way that I have and go hide under a rock because they are suffering from addiction or public embarrassment because of nervous breakdowns in public. That kept me trapped for a long time. So this is my gift to you from the spirit world, walking in my truth and peace and in beauty, and reaching out to Great Mystery and the gift that I've been given to walk my truth. So I'm grateful for that. I hope you found this reading helpful. Please like, subscribe, and share. Give me a thumbs up. I'm going to go take a walk in nature. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. Thanks. Peace. Mother lover out. Have a good day.